What is going on, guys? Today, as you may have guessed by the title, I am platooned up with PsychoPassLucas, and we are in our JGPZE100s. Now this tank is very, very deadly, and we have 2 of them. That means that if we strike an enemy with both our shots and we both do average damage, we will do 1,700 damage. That's just how deadly these tanks are. Now, I really like this tank, and soon enough, one of our T4 or our only T44 asks me, "Is this tank worth it?" Right there, and I would like to respond to that. Yes, it is. It is 100% worth it. It attracts some really bad teammates, and it's pretty hard to carry in this tank. Now, this tank is slow, packs a big punch, but has a long reload. So, you gotta be careful with your shots in this thing. Now, as you can see, I am just kinda getting into the battle here, not really knowing who I'm gonna go after. I'm aiming at the Ferdinand. As you can see, I can see his gun, but I couldn't really see his hull. So I didn't take the shot, obviously. There's no point of wasting a shell at a gun that I might not even hit, and even if I did hit it, it would have done nothing probably. So I push forward, and I'm going for that FV215B. Now, I put one right into his side and back off right away, thinking he was going to pull out and shoot at me. But he didn't, but it's better safe than sorry. Better to be safe than sorry, my bad. Now, PsychoPass finishes him off, and that's good because that's a tier 10 out of this battle. Now, I thought their IS-3 was actually on the plaza side. He was just pulling out on the other side of this little circle thing, but turns out he's way down at their spawn, and same with that leopard. I actually thought the leopard was right by the cap circle, but if you looked on the minimap, he was way down in the hills area. Now, right now, I have a bit of a derp moment, get caught on the stairs, and then try and turn, but don't quite turn fast enough to bounce the returning fire from that E5. Now, I go around and I'm like, how am I gonna shoot at this guy? Because I really don't know how to fight on top of that. I'm really noob on top of that thing. So I just go around, and I was gonna push him, but turns out I didn't really need to, and there was a KV4 right there. Now, the KV4 had the 122, and the 122 can't really do anything to me. But it's better to have one gun gone than have no guns gone. Now, I want to shoot their E50, but then their E5 pops up, and I get a really lucky shot, as you saw. Now, I figured I'm going to go help this E3 by going all the way around and pushing the E50 out of where he is. Now, as you can see, the E3 already shot, so the E50 just panicked, and then I got to put a shot into his upper glacis, and went right through his armor, and I finished him off. Now, I noticed that there were leopards behind us, and I was on Skype, actually, with PsychoPass, telling him to, actually, I wasn't on Skype with PsychoPass, my bad. I wasn't on Skype with him, but I was thinking in my head, we gotta get this leopard off us. And, as you can see, I don't quite turn fast enough to get him, unfortunately, but fortunately, he rams our E3, and our E3 finishes him off. Now, at this moment, I am going for the IS-3 right now, and I'm a very slow tank, so I'm not quite with him, but their Ferdinand shows up, and I'm aiming, and get him. Now, earlier on, it lagged, so you couldn't quite see it, but their Ferdinand showed up before that, and I shot him, fully aimed, and guess where my shot went? The one place I would bounce, the gun mallet. But no matters, I finished him off and was then going to ram the IS-3, but we got him. Now here we are on Rockfield, second match, right after that match, and same platoon mate, PsychoPassLucas, obviously, and we were just planning to play this thing like a regular match, go up top, and before that Chinese map, He likes to sit back and play his tank destroyers like traditional tank destroyers and sit back, but I convinced him to move up in the front lines because he's based off an E100s chassis, and he does really good in the front lines. So I was just saying, see what happens if you don't camp, and I think he agrees because he did a really good job. Now, we are slow, so I was thinking about what plans I'm gonna do. Now, they already rushed the cap. Like, we're not even a minute into the game, and they already rushed the cap. When that kind of stuff happens, it usually results in a loss for the capturing team, because if you're rushing the cap, you're sitting in the open, and you can't do much. Now, spoiler alert, we did win, because they rushed the cap, like I just said. But a win's a win, and I'm not complaining. Why would I complain about a win? That's just ridiculous. And so we noticed that their ISU's in the cap circle. Our Patton charges in, takes a couple of hits. I don't really have a line of sight on the Patton, but I do have a line of sight on the FV. So I turn and aim at him, and like a smart person would, he backs off, knowing that I'm aiming at him. Now the E75 shows up, and I take a random shot, and I hit his upper glacis, unfortunately. And obviously it bounced off. At that angle, there's no way I was going to go through his upper glacis. Now, our Patton was struggling to kill that ISU, but he got him. I'm sitting here trying to aim at the commander's hatch of the FV4202. Unfortunately, it's the land glitch. I can see him, but the glitchiness of the land in this game, the rendering, it shows his turret, but the mound of dirt is actually still there, so I can't actually hit him, even though I can see him. You probably all know what I mean anyways. If you've ever sniped, you'll know that problem. Now, the IS-8 was coming around behind me. I noticed him. E50 shot at him. It bounced, and then I put one into his lower glacis. Flat, because he's backing off. And it does above average damage. Now, I'm reloaded, and then finish him off in 2 shots. See how fast you can kill a tier 9 tank in 2 shots. I killed that IS-8. Now the FV shows up, and once again, he sees me and then backs off because he knows that he's a one-shot now. But the E75 is not, so I aim at his commander's hatch and then notice he's turning and then shoot one right into his sides. It does a good chunk of damage, and then the T-30 bounces the return fire. Now I notice the T-30 is still sitting in the open, so I'm not complaining, and then I put one right into his hull and finish him off. The E-75 is still behind that rock. Unfortunately, he doesn't show up, but that's kind of a good and bad thing, because if he had showed up, I would have still been reloading. So I decided to push him, and it doesn't quite pay off because I take a hit, but my teammate gets him. Good job. Or my platoon mate, to be more specific. I light that Patton on fire, and in 1.10 they released automatic fire extinguishers. His fire extinguisher went off, and then I didn't get to kill him. I shoot one right into the engine of the IS-4 and light him on fire again. There's 2 shots, 2 fires, and finish him off. Fire kills. You can prevent it. So, the results of this game were pretty surprising to me, because it didn't feel that good. As you can see, I got 2,000 XP, 5,000 damage, 3 kills, only 7 shots fired, 1 of them bounced. I spotted the ISU, spotted the IS-4, damaged the IS-4, FV damaged him, spotted the E-75, killed the IS-8, and then killed the T-30. I hope to see you out there. Now that is how you play the JGPZE100 E100. Hope to see you out there. Good luck, have fun. Peace out.